Well, here we go. I thought I would have another go at doing a bit of a live stream. So with a bit of luck, I'm sending this out into the world that is Facebook, and I'm also sending it out into the world that is YouTube. Now, if you're watching on Facebook, if you link in and give StreamYard access, which is one of the tools that I'm using today, that will let you put some comments into the stream, and it will. I can bring those up on the screen. So I'm just going to share this to another group of friends who hopefully will be here soon. So let me just go and take this horrible banner off so that you can actually see me. So let's go and have a look at this. So got 6 people watching already, so thank you to the 6 people that are watching. So I'm hoping that a friend, Sarah, is going to be joining me soon, and part of the reason that I'm doing this is because I need her help. And she said a while ago she'll be with me in 10 minutes. Talk of the devil, she's just brushing her hair, so I'm not going to put her on camera just until she's finished brushing her hair. I can see in my little preview thing that she's almost ready. She's just putting her bra on, so she'll be here in just a moment. And it looks as though she's now in suitable attire. So let me welcome. Oh, I think she may have just turned a video off. No, there we go. So
hey.
This is Sarah Higgs. So she's done her hair, she's put her makeup on, she's even got dressed to come and join us.
Not really done my hair, honest.
It's a rare occasion that she goes to this effort, but we're so glad that she has. Now, I know that it's quite easy to say something that will make Sarah laugh, and I like her laugh, which is why I say some of the things that I do. Sarah is involved in the world of books and children and education and things like that. And what she doesn't know is not worth knowing, in all honesty. So
no pressure.
No, you persuaded me to do something a little bit unusual, and we will go on to that in a moment. So I'm the geocaching guy. I do a lot of talking, as people might have gathered, about a thing called geocaching, which is a GPS treasure hunt. And that takes me out to all sorts of interesting places all over the UK. And I'm learning a lot about wildlife and history and the places that I'm going to. And it got me thinking that there are so many families that can use geocaching in home education and perhaps link in with a wonderful organisation, which will come up now in top right-hand corner, Usborne Books. So Sarah is one of the highest sellers in the UK of Usborne Books, and she's persuaded me that because of such a good link, that I ought to have a look at Usborne Books. So Sarah, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then more importantly, tell us a little bit about Usborne Books.
Yeah, well, firstly, I wouldn't say I am a huge seller. I have a huge team of people that make us collectively one of the biggest selling divisions within Usborne Books at Home, which is just incredible to be part of something like that. Other than that, I'm just a mum. I live in Leamington Spa in the Midlands. I have 4 children, and wanted a business that worked around that, which is why I got involved in this little venture as it is. I also wouldn't say I persuaded you so much as you saw the opportunity within what I do and how that linked to you.
Well, we're both involved in business networking organisations, and there are many out there, but the one that we have in common is for networking. 50% business, 50% social, and it works. Now, I don't think if it wasn't for the social element of building a friendship and getting to meet, like, know, and trust you most of the time, then this opportunity wouldn't have landed up here, and it wouldn't have been right. So I'm going to try and do some fancy, clever stuff now, which means that I can try and swap over to another camera. This
You've
may
got
or
your
may
cameras all working.
we're going to find out in a minute. So this will hopefully take you into the woods
Yep.
and over to a box that has appeared. Now, I'm going to also see if I can change the microphone because my audio might go a little bit mental in a moment. But I'm going to move over to, this is all like Blue Peter, this, isn't it? So here's one I prepared earlier. Now, my computer monitor's over there, so if I'm not looking at you guys on the screen all the time, it's because I'm checking over there to see if any more comments and things have turned up. So, to lose that microphone out of the way, I've had this arrived. So before we go and dive into the box and see what's in there, tell us a little bit more about Usborne books and the ranges of things that they've got, because some of the stuff that's going to be in here is relevant for me, but it isn't going to be particularly relevant for the geocachers. So tell us a little bit more with your knowledge, which is infinitely better than my.
Okay, so Usborne are a UK-based publishers who have been trading for over 40 years now. And unlike many publishers, a lot of what they create is all in-house. So the design, the writing, everything is done in-house, excluding some of their fiction books. But they cover a range of books going all the way from birth right up until some really, really good young fiction books for young adults. But in the division I work for, it's more about helping other people to set up their own businesses with them so they can get out there with the book selling as well. So in that box, you have a selection out of the ranges, which are the best sellers and the most popular ranges.
Okay, so I don't know if you can hear this. As I'm opening this, it's all crackling away and I can hear the cardboard ripping.
We can hear it.
This is all exciting. It's like
you realise there was like a little pull tag that went right down the middle that would have just sliced it open.
This is more dramatic and it's more fun. So, I can see in here a book, some papers, some books, lots of books, more books, a badger.
How much did you pay for all those books?
Well, to set all of this up, it's not just buying the books; it's getting all the support and things that you guys provide me. So it was under 50 quid, which is nothing. I've got no idea what all of this lot would cost, but I'm still not at the bottom of this. But the feel of these is good. I used to run a magazine all about geocaching, a printed magazine. That's coming back soon in a digital format. But we'll get this horrible cardboard box out of the way. Well, I got that. I thought I was going to knock the camera off there. So I could really do with something to line some of these up. But there's all sorts of stuff in here. So yeah, under 50 quid, and it got me all of these books. I don't know what are these. These are some leaflety things.
You got some leaflets, yeah.
The summer books. Where do I start with all this lot? Right. See inside your body.
See inside your body.
So this is quite a thick card type book, very sort of basic biology stuff. For what I'm doing at the minute, no offense, Sarah, I'm not interested in this one because the thing I'm particularly interested
one of our top sellers in schools, that one.
Yeah, but for geocaching and the outdoorsy stuff, which is where my focus is on for now, I will look and learn about all the other stuff because we all like to look and learn. There used to be a magazine called Look and Learn many, many years ago. This one is relevant to geocachers. This is a book all about pirates. And geocachers, we have a big event called Pirate Mania, There's probably
Ah,
500, 600, 700 people that all turn up. We all go camping. We all go geocaching. Some of us will drink rum or other alcoholic liquor. Some people will be on ice creams and jelly. But we have a load of fun camping outdoors when it's safe to do so. It's been postponed for this year, unfortunately. But there's a whole host of pirate activity stuff. Now, as kids, we might be interested in pirates, but we might also be interested in dinosaurs. So, books about dinosaurs. Again, I'm going to put that one on the not for now pile. So, this is a really good one. It's never get bored of outdoors. Never
yeah, that's
get
a
bored
brilliant one for what you
outdoors.
do.
So it says on the back of this, and I've not looked on the back of the others. The retail price of that is $9.99.
Yep.
I haven't looked as to what the pricing is and what I can sell it for, what I can do it for. But hey, never get bored of the outdoors. So then we've got pirates, we've got the outdoors. So that's 2 books straight away. Now I don't want to give you 2 books. I don't want to give you 3 books. I want to give you lots of books. So this is a write your own storybook. So what's in this? It's loads of blank form. It's kind of like a kid's journal. It gives you some ideas as to writing a book. So it could be that when you're off on your geocaching adventures, you get your kids. Adults can do it as well. It's not just for kids. Can write their own storybook about the adventures that had geocaching. So what we got next? This is a complete list. So this is the Argos catalogue of Usborne books. Dread to think how many pages are in there. I could look. So I've got a book that tells me about all the books.
Adam, have you just seen the comment that people can't see your face because of the banner?
No, I haven't.
So you need to duck down.
There we go, Chris. Your name and live is covering. Up in the, okay, so if I go here to brand, let's do that. Delete the overlay, and with a bit of luck, there we go. Is that better, Chris? And anybody else? Sorry,
Much
now
better.
you get to see my ugly mug. There you go. That's the benefit of trying to be too clever and it's not working. So, where was I? I was talking about the book of books. You don't necessarily have to have a book of books. You can just go onto a website, and I'll put that up in the comments. And you can go and have a look at all of the books that are available. A magic painting book.
Oh, they're my favourite.
What do these do then?
So it comes with a paintbrush on the front that you can just dip it in water or put it in, you can either use baby wipe just to wet the tip. And then once you start painting, it comes out in the most beautiful, vivid colours. It's so relaxing.
Is it something that dries out and you can reuse, or is it a use
No.
once only?
Once it's painted. So you can tear the sheets out. So you can have lots of children all sat around doing it at one time. And it just stays painted. It's really beautiful.
Excellent. Okay. And that book is, I don't know, £5, £6, £5.99.
£5.99.
Look at this, you even know what the price is. I'm just going to go back over here a minute, take Chris's comment off the screen. Yeah, cheers, Chris. Thanks. What's Ken saying? I love both these things, Usborne books and geocaching. There we go.
I love
Look
that
at
Ken
Ken
says that Usborne books taught him French and now he can geocache in France. Win-win.
Très bon, mon ami. Très bon, mon ami. So, mine's blown now. I was talking to Sarah before I started doing this about, even you guys watching, about how I was thinking of the nature and the outdoorsy books. The language books never occurred to me. So, cheers for sharing that one. there's discovering scientists. So I guess in there's all the science stuff about GPS and all sorts of science things that comes into geocaching as well. Fingerprint bug books, so dip your fingers in the paint and create bugs. Could be a really good thing. You create your own items to go into caches by fingerprinting your own bugs. This is interesting. A book about looking after your mental health.
Yeah.
So bringing in importance of like mental health early on, really, really important. Geocaching is a brilliant thing for well-being, mindfulness, mental health. Get out, get some fresh air, get some exercise, get walking, get learning, looking after your mental health. £6.99, not a sales pitch.
That, do you know what? That's a book that every household should have in it. When it first came out last year, it sold out within the first 2 days. It was just crazy. But for any children who've got parents who suffer from mental health, or for children who are struggling themselves, it's just so well written to help them understand what it's all about.
There's a message that's just come up there. It says Kenny's girl. So okay, not quite sure what that is. So this one is a wipe clean alphabet. It's another interactive book that you're doing bits and pieces with. It's got the pen, so you can scribble on it as you learn, and then you dry wipe them off. Again, brilliant little book. What's this one? Peed Inside the Sea. So that it's very tactile. This one. Flaps that lift up. It's quite.
Yeah, it's for sort of toddler ages. It's a really, really lovely book for them to sort of explore and sit down and be read to.
Okay, so there's another one for me to go and have a look at. So this one looks more like a traditional novel, not quite aimed at such a young market.
No, that's a young adult, teenager
young adult
book, 16 years around.
The pieces of ourselves. When you've fallen apart, can you ever fall in love? Well, I guess the only way to find out is to read the book.
Yeah.
What else have I got? Story of the Olympics. So it's kind of like a horrible histories type book, I guess, looking at some of the illustrations. And I guess there's probably a whole series of these.
There are, yeah, they're really fantastic for schools again as well. They like to have them in their libraries.
Okay, so that's there. I'm just going to quickly look back so I see there's some more comments. There we go. Chris saying that his son loves the white clean writing and numbering books.
I'm with Chris. We take them out to restaurants. Well, when we could go out to restaurants, we used to take the white clean and the magic painting books out to restaurants because my 4-year-old would sit and love them.
Okay, so this one is Unipiggle, the unicorn pig. Pictures in all colours of the rainbows. This makes me think of a David Walliam sort of Roald Dahl type book, looking at some of the illustrations. Is it that sort of style of thing?
Yeah, a little bit. So it's a new series that's come out. It's that's the first book that's come out. The second one is due out in June, towards the end of June.
Okay.
It's a really nice, fun, light-hearted series.
Cool. Classics. This one is the ugly duckling. I'm the ugly geocacher with this face and that hairstyle.
But are you going to turn into a beautiful swan?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm a bit far gone for that. So the ugly duckling. Now, I've been binge watching like half of us have on Netflix, and there's a really, really good series on there called Once Upon a Time, and it's looking at all the classic fairy tales, heroes, villains, Beowulf, Snow White, the Seven Dwarfs, Rumpelstiltskin.
And Hook is really fit.
Hmm?
And Hook is really fit.
Yes. So I don't find him attractive. Emma Swan, the saviour, now that's a different kettle of fish. So if you've been watching something like that with your kids, maybe some of the Usborne fairy tale books are worth a consider. What have we got now? This is rubber stamp. So this could be good. As geocachers, we do a thing called letterboxing, which is where you put a rubber stamp on a thing, or letterbox hybrid. So this is very similar to that. So there could be a good way to introduce people into that, and they can take some of this, they can put it in the book, but they can also go and put it in the log books of the letterbox hybrid caches that they go and find. Don't like this book. It's got like a really glittery front, and I have a major phobia of glitter. I absolutely hate glitter. So that one over there.
That's one of our favourite books. It stays in my handbag, so we can do stickers when we're out and about.
Well,
What's wrong with glitter?
It can stay there as well. Yeah, not interested in glitter. Let's just see if anyone else has commented.
Not yet.
Okay. So we've got another book of the books. So here's one we did earlier. Another book of the books. So I guess if somebody wants one of these books, drop me a message in the comment. I've got 3 of them now. So if you're watching this and you want one of these, drop me a message, say you want the book, and I'll stick it in the post to you and get it out there. Don't know how much it'll cost me in postage, but that's not important. This is I guess for me. This is telling me what I need to do with all of this stuff. How I get it to you if you do want a book. This is interesting. This is educational. This is rubbish and recycling. If you could see the rest of my room, you would understand that maybe I ought to read that about rubbish and recycling. I've got so much junk that side of the camera where I've tidied everything up. So, nature activity book. This is upside down, but there's our leaves to identify. There's stuff about mazes, identifying animals, colouring, dot to dot. So there's nature activity book, word book for the outdoors. It's got a marker pen. So it's one of these wipe off books again, wipe clean, and that's all outdoors. Less than a £5 for that. Nuts. Skunks in trunks.
So this is one of our phonics readers books. We have a whole set of phonics books, really good for toddlers and children starting to read, to get their rhyming words and introduce different phonics sounds.
So what are phonic sounds?
Phonics are the phonetical sound that a letter makes. So like an A doesn't actually pronounce as an A, it pronounces an A. So it's the whole phonetic alphabet.
There we go. Look at that. Amy Jane saying she loves the catalogue, sit next to her kettle. Now, if you're anything like me, you'll get that kettle a lot of the time. Another one here, that's not my llama. There's a fluffy bit of wool type thing here. In fact, as you go through these quite thick pages, thick gauge pages.
Are you familiar with the That's Not My books, Adam?
No.
So
I'm not familiar with any of it. That's why I'm doing
so
this.
So That's Not My is probably the most well-known Usborne series there is. It has won multiple awards. There's over 50 books in the range now. They sell in about 150 different countries. Every person who's ever had a baby has pretty much had at least one That's Not My book, and they're just so well loved by babies. They're incredible.
And how many are in this range?
Over 50 now.
Over 50. Wow. Usborne touchy-feely books. That's Not My Llama. It's fur too tufty. Okay, so we've got another novelty type thing, a little bit younger audience, I would say, on this one. Just looking at some of the graphics on the front. The Super Miraculous Journey of Freddie Yates.
I finished. Here you go. Here's my copy. I've got the unproofread copy. So I finished reading this book the other day. It's brilliant, and it brings up the topic of death as well, which is something many books for young children don't talk about. It's just an incredibly well written, funny story about three boys that go on an adventure to find a little boy's birth dad, and it's just full of laughter, full of fun, but it also talks about how they're feeling and their worries and concerns as well. So it's a really, really lovely book.
Okay, well, the last one that I've got is a bit of a beast. It's a couple of inches thick. There's a tractor toy with it. The pages, again, are quite thick, and it's sort of routed out so that you can actually run the tractor up and down and round. It looks as though you can wind the tractor up and let it run round. You can pop the various characters out, and I guess maybe they all interact with the track. So it looks as though it's quite a fun interactive book. So I remember when I was growing up, a lot of the books were effectively just reads. It's really good to see there's so much more interactivity that coming into the books now. It's much more than just sit there, learn your reading, learn your spellings, and then practice reading out loud or in your head. So it's good to see that there's stuff with fingerprinting, wipe off books, furry books, a whole host of stuff. But I've probably gone through 30 books in about the space of a few. Well, how long have I been on that? Oh, nearly half hour already. So you're probably bored of this now. So I'm going to go back over there, and at least I can sit down and see what's going on. So let's bring back the other camera now. All this technology is wonderful when it works.
When it works. There we go.
It works. So there's me back. Let's have a look. So Amy Jane has commented while I was up there, the 2-spot books. Definitely one to look up later. So Amy Jane. Now, if I remember, and I've been speaking to so many people who are a part of Usborne Books recently, I think Amy Jane has just qualified as a forest school teacher. And so if I'm thinking of the right person, then she's like me, very passionate about educating kids, getting them outdoors, interactive fun stuff that they can do, getting them outside the house. Now, already we can start going back out again. You can go and explore. One of the phrases that I use with geocaching is explore, find more. Find more what? Trees, places, people. There's no end to it. So I think there's a really good synergy with geocaching, outdoors, nature, and the Usborne range. I've just got to learn more about it. As you've seen, that box has literally only just been opened. I've not looked through the books that are available. I don't know how I sell you a book. I don't know where you go to buy a book. I think there's a website. I think you can come to me direct. So perhaps Sarah will tell me a little bit about that in a moment. Oh, I can't hear you, Sarah. Are you muted?
Oh, hold on. Yeah. You have your own website, Adam, that you can drop a link to in here, which people can go and order directly from you, or they can message you to get the orders through as well. Plenty of ways to get orders. Oh, so Chris is also doing forest school training. Excellent.
Yeah. I've actually been looking at doing that myself while I'm on furlough. I can't do my day job, which is audiovisual technician. So where I'm mucking around with different camera angles and microphones and settings and graphics and overlays, that's part of what I would normally do in my day-to-day job, as well as when I get time, trying to persuade people to go out geocaching. If you're a geocacher and you're watching this, UK Cache Mag is coming back. I'm already starting on a new version of that. So that's just going to be a digital edition now going forward. But I want to change the focus of the magazine, so it's much more about education, mindset, well-being, and all of the hidden benefits that come with geocaching. It's a GPS treasure hunt. The treasure isn't the Tupperware box or whatever you find in it. It's the learning experiences, it's the memories, it's the friendships, it's the community. So there's so much more going on up there. It's weird if I'm not looking in the camera. My camera's up here now for this one, so it's all a bit messy. I need to try and get it a little bit better. So I've probably got lots of questions. If people watching this have got questions, I guess they can contact me, or they can come and hunt you down if it's something, an opportunity they want to.
Yeah. Any questions
progress.
they put in the comments, we can come back and answer. That's fine. Just tag me in.
So I try and keep these lives to around about 30 minutes. So we're just over that now. So I think I just need to say thank you very much for sharing your day with me and for giving me the information about the things that I've just unboxed.
Well, you're welcome. It's been lovely. That Safety Online book's brilliant. Really good for you, Adam.
Okay, so yeah, I'll have to go and have a look at that. So we've got thumbs up, we've had hearts. So if you, just before we do go, if you want to give us any more thumbs up, likes, hearts, all of that sort of stuff, then feel free to do so. If you have been watching this on YouTube, as I do this live on YouTube as well, YouTube isn't giving me the live comments in the system that I'm using. So if you're on YouTube, I will go back and have a look at any comments that you left. Thank you very much for watching, and stay safe. Stay
Thanks for having
alert,
me,
or whatever
Adam.
we're supposed to say.
Take care. Bye.